Gonna build a mountain.
Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to another Planet Zoo video. It's only been announced a few hours ago, yet we've already got a huge content dump. So just to quickly remind you what's happened then, Planet Zoo is a new title, standalone title from the makers of Planet Coaster, where quite surprisingly you make a zoo. They were very kind to send me a little mini press kit a little while ago to get a video ready for you come release at 12, but how these things normally go is that they send different stuff to different people. So they have a little pack that YouTubers get, and then usually a lot more information goes to sort of news outlets, magazines, that kind of thing. So I have spent the last couple of hours scouring the internet for everything I can find to bring it to you. So we've got some screenshots here from all different sources, some from the official website, from some news articles, and all that sort of stuff, and we're going to have a deep dive into all of them and see what we can. The first few are pretty much just shots of the animals, as gorgeous as they look. You know, we knew they were going to do gorgeous animals, right? Okay, so we're going to kind of skim over these ones because there isn't really that much to take from them. We have here a beautiful lion and lioness. They really do look fantastic. A couple of things though. One, really interesting to see the cave here. Now, it does say on the press release that you are going to be able to build caves with the terrain system. Whether or not those caves are actually usable by the animals as habitats, we don't know yet. What I imagine more likely is that there are some set-piece caves that get plonked down that the animals go to rest, because for the animals to know what a cave is and therefore use it, that would be a massive step in AI. If they do it, I'd be amazingly impressed. But what's more likely probably is that there are some sort of set-piece shelters that go down that you can work around with the scenery. The other really interesting thing on this one is, boom, there's a train in the background of this. So there you go, transport rides at least are confirmed. A lot of people saying, oh, wouldn't it be great if there was coasters in it? Well, that would just be Planet Coaster then, wouldn't there? I can't imagine we're going to have a massive ride selection. I think we most likely guarantee ourselves some transport rides, probably a train, a monorail, maybe a chairlift, something like that. Maybe a safari, you know, a car that you can put onto a track, or at least sort of guide where it goes, and maybe a boat, and then ideally a couple of flat rides would be great. But at the moment we just have the trains to go on, and one other thing that we're going to see in a little video later on that not many people have noticed yet. So there you go, beautiful lions. Next up we have this gorgeous wolf, and as amazing as the wolf looks, and this is the nicest animal I've seen in the game so far, the real key thing here is it's snowing. And that's right, folks, weather has been confirmed for this game. Now, whether or not that weather includes snow, I don't know. This may well just be snow falling from a snow machine or something for the Arctic biome for this animal, but they have confirmed that there is going to be weather, at least rain and sun, I suppose. But yeah, if you can sort of set up a little biome for some snow, that'd be really interesting. Really gorgeous foliage here. Love these sort of these brambles on the left here, and yeah, what a gorgeous image. That's going to be the screenshot for this video, I think, because that is just beautiful. Zebras, or zebras, whichever one you like. Again, really nicely done. Look how that one's proper eyeballing you down the front there. And the one thing I love is how much of a contrast this is to that last image. Just shows you how diverse the biomes are going to be able to be in this game. Whereas you are a little bit limited in Planet Coaster with the textures. Here, I reckon they're going to have a much wider selection for you, because quite frankly, you're going to need it. Some really great uses of foliage in the background there. There are some sort of stalls and stuff, nothing you can really make out, nothing you can really be guaranteed as to what they are, but you can see a building there that most definitely looks like a piece by piece building on the left there. The one thing I really want to point out in this one is that we've got some really nice long grass here, which I imagine is going to be a terrain paint, using a shader to create the grass, because I think placing these down individually would be incredibly time consuming. So I imagine this is going to be a similar system to how they do it in Jurassic World Evolution. You select your sort of level of shrubbery and paint it on the ground, but yeah, look at that grass looks really, really fantastic. Man at work. We can see one of the rangers here doing some animal husbandry. I have absolutely no idea what that machine is that he's holding, but it is typical Planko oversized greatness. I think it looks awesome. Some sort of leaf blower or something. It seems like it's moving some grass around a little bit. This could mean a couple of things. It might just mean that he has to go in and tidy up occasionally, or it could mean that if you want to sort of replant grass or something like that, rather than just placing it down like you would, you have to sort of place where it's going to go, and somebody has to come in and do the work for you. I don't know, more than likely I imagine this is probably just sort of like a general tidy up sort of animation that the rangers can do as they come into the biomes and stuff where the animals are. But really great design on him. Love the fact that he's got little like zip shorts there for when it's really hot. One thing I will say is that the Planco characters, which is obviously the ones they're using here, are a little at odds with the high level of detail of the animals, and I'm not too sure whether maybe the Planco characters are placeholders or if that's a conscious decision to get really sort of detailed animals but still use the Planco people. And yeah, there's just something. Don't get me wrong, I don't want them to make the animals look cartoony. I think the realistic animals look amazing, but they do slightly sit at odds a little bit with the Planco characters. And I wonder maybe they can sort of take the shine down on the characters, maybe make the features a little less sort of extruded or whatever. I don't know. We'll see as the game develops how that goes. Look at this thick boy. We've got the most gorgeous hippopotamus here. A few people have said, "Oh, that's the hippo out of Planco." It really isn't. If you go and look at the hippo out of Planco, there is nowhere near this amount of detail on them. Look at the detail on the skin. These are gorgeous 4K images I've got here, so I don't know how well that'll translate onto the video, but you can go and find these. They're on the website. Really beautiful detail on the animal. Other nice things you've got here to look at. You can see a feeder there that I imagine the staff have got to go in and get a hold of and fill up, and then also you can see the gate there where they would come in, and again all that sort of varying foliage and terrain looks really good. Next up we've got a little teddy bear and his wife by the looks of things, and again this is interesting because here you can see a terrain built cave with some of the lights that you would find in Planco as well, so maybe it's possible for animals to know where caves are. That would be really impressive if they do. Again, really nice detail on the foliage, some lights in the background there, but nothing really being given away on this one. Same with these elephants, nice to see them close up. The baby elephant there looks amazing. I do wonder about the growth of the animals. They have confirmed that there are going to be genes in the game, so the animals themselves will have DNA and genes, and you're going to have to try and get varying families in to mate, because if you mate down the same line, if basically get brothers and sisters to mate, you're going to get funky genes come out. They're going to be ill, they're going to be with shorter lifespans and all that kind of thing, which is really interesting. So it'd be interesting to see whether these babies gradually grow into adults, or probably what's more likely is they spend a certain amount of time as a baby and then ping into grown-ups, because that's usually what we see in games. But either way, they are gorgeous. Okay, next few are a little bit more interesting than this one. I actually found on a Discord server. Can't find this one officially anywhere. I don't know where they got it from, but it just shows you some people there pointing at a lion. So nice to see that they sort of group up and bunch up by the windows to have a look in. Here you've got various different types of railing. Basically, you've got what looks like glass panels here at the front, and then on the side you've got more of a stucco wall with a gate in it, and at the back there you've got more of a mesh. Then it looks like you can interchange them, and I imagine they have different levels of security and things like that involved with them. But really nice to see him there interacting with the crowd. And here's another shot with the crowd, and this time they are attached to a bear pit. So again, we've seen some of the bears from the inside. Here it's nice to see them from the outside. One thing I really want to take away from this one is that fence is not a piece by piece fence. I don't think. Looking at how it's put together and looking at the wooden texture on it, that definitely seems like a click and drag fence. So it looks like they've taken that from Jurassic World Evolution and placed that in, so that's really promising. Those benches look fantastic. Look at the detail in the wood on those benches, and again it just makes the guests jar a little bit. They just almost look superimposed on it. So again, I don't know whether maybe they're slightly works in progress, maybe they're sort of tweaking them a little bit, or maybe they're not, maybe they're happy with it. I don't think it's going to be a deal breaker in the long run, but it's definitely something I have noticed looking at these images. And finally, here is the big one. This is a really large overview of pretty much the park that they've used for the screenshots in this game. So you've got the elephants there on the left, above it you've got the wolves, here down the bottom I was going to say they're the bears, but they don't look like they are actually. So yeah, maybe two other different ones, but loads to take in here. You've got some loads of different versions of fencing. You've got different sort of ways that you can have people looking in, so they can have just sort of regular paths over the top of the exhibit, or there's like glass panels in the fences there. It looks like I can imagine that all of those work. The game knows where an animal is and knows that people can see the animal. A couple of little shops that look really, really good. A couple of really interesting bits then. One, you've got this train track just confirming that train that you can see that goes right around the outside, so that's really exciting. And then over here on the right, that's a hedge maze. Now, whether that's just a placeable item, whether it's made out of pieces and it's just for show, or whether that suggests we might get some attractions that aren't animals, at least. Not necessarily rides, but things that you can do in the park that aren't animals. We just don't know right now, but it's very promising to see some variation. It's not just exhibits path, you know. All this down the right-hand side here actually looks gorgeous, this sort of proper sort of stately home style. It has been confirmed so far 2 themes in the game. There are most likely going to be more. At the moment, they're just the 2 that have been announced, and that is a traditional British and a African savannah. So I'm pretty sure we're looking at traditional British here, these sort of glass what's the word, conservatories, this sort of stately home building here, lots of lions' heads, that kind of thing. And the African savannah, I imagine, will be similar to what's shown in the trailer, even though that is pre-rendered footage. The other thing that's kind of promising is this little thing here right in the middle. Really struggling to make out what it is. See, it looks like elephant. That looks like an elephant, but it's not going to be an elephant because it's not in any form of cage or anything. So maybe a thing that kids can sit on, or just a statue. But all these items here, these look really promising as like little things that people can come and interact with, as opposed to them just sort of being things to look at. Maybe they are just things to look at, who knows. But still, it's quite exciting to see, like I say, not just exhibits and path, even this early in development. Although the game has been in development for 2 years, but you know, the first thing they're showing us looks very, very fleshed out. I mean, the whole thing here looks really, really fleshed out, and I'm really excited to see more. As soon as I know more, you will know more, so keep it here on Geekism for all your Planet Zoo needs. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, give us a like, it really does help out the channel, and if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, suggestions, you can pop them down in the comments. If you fancy a chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at John T. Sparrow, and if you'd like to join in with the Geekism community, you can do so over on our Geekism Discord server. You'll find the link for that in the description. Thank you to all of our Patreons for making these videos possible through their incredible support at patreon.com/geekism. And don't forget to check out our affiliate links, get yourself some cheap games and other goodies while supporting the channel at the same time. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.